Welcome to Soul Sanctuary. It is October 17th, and I wanted to talk tonight about always returning to center and always finding your alignment and your joy and love. And I want you to realize the freedom that that brings to you. I know that we are programmed to believe that we should always be out here. What does this person need from me? What does this person need from me? And does this person like me? And am I doing enough for that person? And so on and so forth. And we are pulled in every different direction. And like we talk about all the time, all that does is drain our cup if we're not tending to ourselves. So it is very freeing to give yourself permission and to understand the importance of withdrawing all of your feelers. I picture them as just pulling them all back in and coming back to center. Because, think about it. Then you're not worried about, oh my God, do they like me? And what about what I said? And what did they say? And what did that mean? And oh my God, what if I said something wrong? And, all of the things that we ruminate about at night and everything. It doesn't matter as long as you're aligned with your soul and you're operating from your heart and your soul's alignment. That's what matters. And from there, when you are really, feeling it and locked into that alignment, all of these obligations and labels and fears and doubts, just like if something was magnetized and you turned off the magnet, imagine that those were all magnets and they just fall off you. It can be that easy. You can just let it go. You are not required to hang on to these things. You are allowed to be yourself. You are allowed to become yourself, and you are allowed to protect yourself. You are allowed to act in your best interest, because ultimately, freeing yourself from all of this, all of these labels, and all of these things that cause you despair and stress, freeing yourself from all of that and allowing yourself to rise into the vibration of love and compassion and joy and grace. Well, that's huge. That's a difference that can be felt by people near you. And that is your contribution to the collective energy on the planet. That's amazing. We block ourselves with all of these, magnetized little, worries and stresses and obligations and made up concerns. If you just let that go and think about I've never been diving, but I know that divers wear weights and they have to release them to rise to the surface. Think about it that way. Think about all of these things that you've latched onto yourself that are holding you down. And as you release them, you can just rise, and it's easy. You're not, you're not fighting anything. You're just rising. Think of it that way. So pull in all of these feelers that you have out and all of these worries, all the things that you're allowing to affect you. Take that power back. This is your life. This is your journey. You're allowed to become yourself. The more that you release things that don't serve you and that aren't in alignment with your true soul essence, the more you release them, the more you will rise. And you're making room for the things that do belong. The situations, the relationships, the jobs, the homes, whatever it is. You don't have to seek them out. You have to let go of what's in their place now, that's taking up space in your life because you're afraid to let it go because of all of these concerns about like, what other people think and what should I do for other people and all of these things. So I want you to realize the freedom that comes with it is absolutely freeing. I think Abraham Hicks, she gave a great example. Well, Esther Hicks, but gave a great example of how you cannot give that power to other people, the way, the power to affect the way that you feel, because that would require you to walk around to everyone and, everyone that you could possibly encounter in a day and say, here's what I need for you to do in order for me to feel okay and have a good day. So I need you to do the following things. And you would have to, instruct everyone that you encounter. And that makes absolutely no sense. The power is within you. You decide how you're going to feel. You decide how you're going to react to things. You can't go around to everyone and say, I need you to do this, this, and this so that I can have a good day. Once you put it that way, I was like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So the power is within you. Stay centered. Drop all the limiting beliefs. Drop all the labels. Demagnetize. And go from there. And I also want you to remember that this act, this work that you do when you release all these things and you acknowledge the feelings that come up from these limiting beliefs and patterns and all of this, and the more you release and the higher your vibration, and that's your work. That's what you can do to help. Even if you're looking at, we have a lot going on in the world right now. For you to hold on to fear, sadness, despair, frustration, remember, you are part of the collective. We are not separate. You are a sovereign soul. We are all connected. And what the energy that you put out matters. So do whatever you can to help people, but do not sit in despair, sadness, anguish, anger. Do what you can to help, then send out compassion and love. That's your work. That's how a lot of, when we feel sad like this, about, you watch people are going through tragedy, the helplessness. You think, man, I want to be there. I want to hug every one of those people and I want to tell them it's going to be okay. And we can't. So, see, but you get back to, okay, I've donated and I've sent supplies and I've done this, and that is everything that I can do. And now I'm going to go back to holding space. Holding space. I'm going to put love and compassion. That's what I'm going to put out. Because for me to sit here and cry, and for us, as a collective, to move down into despair and sadness is not a helpful action. I think we have trouble sometimes giving ourselves permission to disengage from that, but we are exposed to so much. I was talking to a friend about this tonight, we are exposed to so much. We're not designed to know all the horrible things that are, from every corner of the world constantly. You could swim in it. So you have to give yourself permission to disengage. I'm not saying don't care. I'm saying disengage from this cycle of, I want to watch another sad video and another sad video, and oh my God, look what they're going through. Look what they're going through. Oh my God, oh my God. That's what's not helpful. So do what you can and then return to love and holding space for the people who need us. Those of us who are lucky enough to not be directly involved in whatever tragedy is happening right now, our job is to hold space for those who need us. I hope that came out right. I'm saying everything with love. So give me grace if I didn't get the message across, but I don't want you to sit in despair. I want you to return to love and holding space for the people who need us, who can't get there right now. So always turn back to center. Let go of external things that are affecting you. Your job is to be a light. Your job is to stay lit up. Okay? And to put love and compassion out into the world. It starts with you. Give yourself grace and compassion and love. Allow yourself to heal. And then you put that light out for everyone else. Okay? There's no need for anger or hate. There's no need to sit in any of that or fear. All right. If you have any questions or if you need any help, please reach out. That's what I'm here for. And I will talk to you soon. I hope you're having a beautiful evening.